Hello, good evening to everyone. I'm Thales and here we are recording another of our intermediate advanced videos, right? So don't waste your breath, subscribe to my channel because there will be many videos, many more videos about English grammar and vocabulary, okay? So let's get going with today's lesson. So what will we study today? Last lesson we were studying questions, how to make questions in English, and today we will continue that part. Studying, oh my god, my pen fell. Where is my pen? My pen, yes, my pen fell on the ground and I had to catch it. It's my chalk, okay, on the blackboard, so I need my pen. We are going to talk about indirect speech. It's kind of indirect speech because I'm making a question within another question. Let's see, for example, how much will the meal cost? Okay, so you go to the restaurant and you want to know the price and you ask, how much will the meal cost? Okay, yes, it's time to pay. You take your credit card and pay for the meal. There is another way to ask the same question. You use an expression. For example, do you have any idea how much it will cost? It's not indirect speech, okay? But it reminded me of indirect speech, but as a matter of fact, it's not indirect speech. It's a question within another question, right? We have here two sentences. We have, do you have an idea, is the first question, and it's joined by another question, how much it will cost. So pay attention. When you ask a question like this, it has only one sentence. The main verb is the verb cost, and this verb tense is in the future, okay? When you introduce the question using an expression, an interrogative question, or interrogative expression such as, do you have an idea? The sentence that follows doesn't come in interrogative form, okay? Why do I say that? Because the word order that follows here is the same as an affirmative sentence. It comes with the pronoun plus the main verb of the sentence that it's cost. It will cost. If you consider just this part, it's as if it was an affirmative sentence, okay? Let's see more examples, okay? Do you know where Tom's house is? Okay, this is another question. I'm using the interrogative sentence, do you know? So, do you know something? This is as if it was the object of this sentence. So, it's a question within a question. The interrogative question, the interrogative sentence comes with an auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb in the present, that is do. The same goes here, okay? So the question is already characterized here. So the next sentence that follows doesn't come in interrogative word order, which is the verb comes first and then comes the subject. Here we have the subject and after the verb. It's the same as an affirmative sentence because here we have the interrogative sentence. So if the interrogative sentence is already here, there is no need to the next sentence to come in interrogative sentence. So the word order comes in affirmative form. But let's compare to another sentence that I will write here, which expresses the same idea we are having here. So, do you know where Tom's house is? Where is Tom's house? So, it's a question. When we have a question, it's necessary to have the interrogative form, and we have to observe the word order. So, first comes the verb, then comes the subject. Okay? So you see, here I use the word order of a question. And here it's not required to use a question's word order because the question is already here. Okay? So that's it. Let's see more examples. Where can I find a pen? Okay, you are in someone's house and you are looking for a pen, as me. My pen fell down and I was looking for my pen, but it's not this situation. The situation is you go to someone's house, you have to write a letter or to sign something. You have to take notes of something before you forget it, and you ask, where can I find a pen? So there is another way. I don't know where I can find a pen. Do you know? Oh, I misspelled here. Do you know where I can find a pen? So let's study these two sentences here. First of all, this sentence is not a question, okay? Because it has a dot here. So we don't have a question mark, right? I don't know where I can find a pen. Period. Period. Okay, this sign is a period, not a dot. It can be a dot as well, dot. This is a dot, but within a sentence, it's a period. So I don't know where I can find a pen. First of all, it's not a question. So we have two sentences. I don't know something. So what you don't know? I don't know where I can find a pen. So we don't have to worry about word order here. It's not necessary because we don't have a question, right? So the word order comes as in affirmative sentences. Both sentences come with the same word order, which is subject plus verb plus object. So this is the subject, verb, the whole sentence is the object. And if I analyze this sentence in isolate form, in an isolate manner, I realize that this is the subject, this is the verb or the expression, right? We have two verbs here, I can find, and object, a pen. So it follows the same order. But now let's analyze, this is sentence 1, okay? Let's analyze sentence 2. Do you know where I can find a pen? So, is this a question? Yes, it's a question. In questions, I have to watch out for the word order, which is the verb first, plus subject, plus object. There are exceptions, okay? I will talk about them. I guess in the last video I talked already about one of the exceptions, but we will talk again, just to emphasize the importance of it. So, let's see if we can find the pattern verb, subject, object. Do you know? Do is used as an auxiliary verb to make questions in the present tense. So here we already have the word order, which is required here. I have the auxiliary verb plus subject plus the main verb, because the verb know is unable to make questions on its own. So this is the first part. We already have the question word order. Then the second part of the sentence, we don't have the word order of a question, and it's not required, okay? So I put the word order as if it was an affirmative sentence. I can find a pen. Subject, verbs, object. Okay, so let's summarize. When you have two sentences, in a question, this is a question. You have two sentences. The first sentence comes with the question. It has the word order, such as a question, right? We have the verb first, or the auxiliary verb, plus subject, plus object. In general, the object of the first sentence is the whole second sentence. Then the second sentence comes in the affirmative or word order. So you don't put both sentences changing the order of the verb. So the verb here doesn't come before the subject. You put the subject here first, plus verb, plus object. It's not difficult, but you have to understand this logic, okay, before making questions, right? We will talk about it in another videos as well, but I told you there are exceptions. For example, who wrote on the wall? Okay, so you get home, you have children, and you want to know which child wrote on the wall. Who wrote on the wall? So first, is this a question? Yes. Do we have the word order of a question's word order? No. Why not? Because the subject is the interrogative pronoun. When the subject is the interrogative pronoun, we don't use auxiliary verb, okay? So, who wrote on the wall? It's the same of saying someone or somebody wrote on the wall. So, when you can replace when it's possible to replace the interrogative pronoun with pronouns such as someone or somebody, it means that the object or the whole sentence will not have auxiliary verbs and will not have the change in the word order. So it doesn't apply here. So it's an exception, okay? In general, who, or when you ask what, no, what doesn't apply. But who, I'm going to write a counter example. Who wrote on the wall? Who takes the place of the subject? Let's see another example in which who doesn't take place of the subject. Who did you invite for the party? And you analyze the sentence and you see the auxiliary verb here. So what's the difference between these two sentences? This sentence doesn't have an auxiliary verb, is in the simple past, because wrote is the simple past of write, wrote, written. Okay, it's the simple past, but despite being the simple past, I don't write it in with an auxiliary verb, and it's a question. First, who is the subject of the sentence? Is who the subject of the sentence? No. Who takes the place of the object? I invited Tom to the party. I invite Todd to the party. I believe it's two. Sometimes I have doubts about the prepositions invite to or invite for. Invite to. Invite to. Yes. Yes, I made a mistake. When I wrote in the first time, I was testing you in order in order to test your attention rate. Okay? No, I was kidding. I made a mistake, but then I realized that I was making a mistake. It happens sometimes, okay? Everyone makes mistakes sometimes. So who did you invite to the party? Where is the subject? The subject is you. So who isn't the subject? Who is the object? In such situations, you have to use the auxiliary verb to make questions, because it's the simple past. I invited Tom to the party. I invited who? So the answer to my question actually is the object of the sentence. So you see the difference? It's very important that you understand this difference. Here, who is the subject, so I don't use auxiliary verb, I don't change the word order. On the other hand, here, who is the object, so I have to use auxiliary verbs. I have to change the word order to put the verb first or the auxiliary verb first, in that case, then the subject, then the object, okay? I hope you enjoyed this video. We will record more videos of Intermediate Advanced. Don't forget that we have two playlists, one basic level, which is explained in Portuguese, and this one, which is entirely in English. So choose accordingly and study with me, okay? Bye bye.